I have just discovered one of the most annoying glitches. I don't know if it's from an update or if it just randomly started happening, but all of a sudden, when I try to do a time lapse, it doesn't, it'll show the little pop-up menu where you choose how long it's going to run for and how fast it is. For that last one, I just did a free one. And for this other one, I just did a 2-minute one and then stopped it early. But anyways, it will show the pop-up menu for like a split second, and then all of a sudden it'll automatically start recording. And then I found out that for some reason when the gimbal is connected, it does that. So then I disconnect the gimbal to see if that'll help. And then with the second time lapse, that happens again. Without the gimbal connected. Although I think it automatically connected back, because when the gimbal is not connected, it shows a Bluetooth thing in the top left corner that turns blue when nothing is connected, and it still shows the Bluetooth icon when it's connected. It's just that there's no blue thing surrounding it. And then it instantly turned back to clear once I disconnected it, so it didn't really make sense. Also, the time-lapse. The reason I did a timed time-lapse for this was because it was a motion lapse, actually. But the only problem was it takes like a minute and a half, as I just found out, to set that up from the stage it was at. But you have to, I could either do 1 minute or 2 minutes. I did a 2-minute. And I guess to fix that, I'm going to have to set the camera to go farther up, because I could tell it wasn't high enough. I don't know, hopefully it's not too cropped off. Anyways, I was originally going to do a time lapse of the sun slowly rising. But then, by the time I was actually going to do it, that was like, 20 minutes ago? It's already like this, barely darker. I mean, it's 1 o'clock, so it's a little late for that. And then, these things, can't put the gimbal up to the window. The gimbal's hitting the window right now, as you can kind of see with the vibrations. Plus, I couldn't move because I was going to do a motion lapse, like what you saw with this, and as you saw, it didn't really work out. So yeah, one of the things I like about that glitch is that it also happens when I'm switching cameras, which in a way is good sometimes. See, this is what's broken on my gimbal. This little slider thing. This thing doesn't turn. It's locked in place. Look at all these boxes. This is less than half of what I had before. I used to have way more. I don't know how old this tripod is. It's really old. It's held up well. Although it hasn't been used that much until recently. But I think I'm going to go take my 2 drones out. However, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fly this white drone, because recently the charger randomly stopped working. There's no visual damage, it just decided to stop working. I don't know why, it just did. This is the port, and here is the closest port that I can get to it. So yeah, it can fit, but this also doesn't work, you know? A lot of cheap drones just have this indicator light in them that tells if it's fully charged or not. It does not work with these batteries. By the way, this is the charger for my other drone, which is this, which has a cracked propeller guard. But this actually flies fine, as long as this isn't crushed in, as long as I bend it out like this. If it's hitting the blade, it's fine. This one no longer can charge properly, and this one has had broken prop guards for quite a while. Most of the time I've had it, which is about 1.5 years, I think. Hi.
What are you doing in here? I said I'd come back in here. And I did. What are you doing?
Not recording you.
Why are the lights in here?
Because I'm not recording you.
No, why are the white lights in here?
So everything looks more better.
But they're for the green screen.
But no, they don't have to be used for the green screen. These are for the green screen. These things. Let's see if active track will work on a drone. Subject too small. Get closer and retry. Oh, okay. And adjustment time. Have to do this every time I use it. It's actually, okay, it's not working. Okay. There we go. Is it working? Wow. Wow, it's actually working. Okay. Well, now it thinks that the drone is a plant now. There we go. I didn't even have to tap it. Subject lost. Searching. There we go. Okay. Okay, obvious active track is not gonna work. Let's see if it'll work on this one. I don't know if this drone still has power or has enough battery. Okay, now this one is like a dumbed down version of the DJI Tele. It's half the price, doesn't have a camera, and doesn't have sensors on the bottom, but does have altitude sensors. I don't know if it knows exactly how high it is, but it can keep its altitude. And if you pull it down, it'll go back up. Okay. What's it doing? Don't hit the ceiling. Okay, my phone overheated, got the temperature warning. Only gotten that like one other time before. That actually happened at the pool. Cause Jimmy left his phone in the sun, and then it overheated. So yeah, if you're thinking, wow, that must be hot, it's really not. It's. Let's see, is my phone? The main part is hot to the touch, but like if the camera gets hot, the camera doesn't overheat the phone until it's like heated up the rest of the phone. And I have the tripod dangling off of the thing. I think I should get a stick for well that DJI selfie stick thing, so I can hold it way out like this without my arm hurting. Because if you look, holding your arm out like this is very uncomfortable and is very tiring. But with a stick, I can just hold my arm like this and it'll be fine. Also, I have my case off for overheating reasons, although that didn't help. Though it was outside, What is the temperature outside? Okay, Google. What's the temperature outside?
The temperature in Los Angeles right now is 99.
Oh, gosh. It hasn't gotten that warm in a while. I do not miss those temperatures. And it gets even worse in September and October. It's very weird. September and October are way hotter than summer. Yeah. And it's also fire season then. Expect to see at least one video around that time of year involving a fire of some sorts. I don't know if I published it to YouTube, but there's a video I made of a fire. I think it was the Thomas Fire, the biggest fire in California history, where the sun was completely red, like even redder than these headphones. By the way, these are MPOW 059s. Do not call with them. The audio quality, for whatever reason, drops extremely low. It's ridiculous. Although for everything else, they're actually pretty good. I think they're like $50. Although they have a newer version, and then they have a newer version of that newer version, and then they have a newer version of that newer version, and then they have a newer version of that newer version. I think that's how much there are. I have a screen recording somewhere of that, because I looked at it on Amazon, and it said, oh look, there's a newer version. I think I'm going to end this vlog here. I think it's been a little long. I don't want to make these long, because I feel like the time of the last one was like 40 minutes. It was ridiculous. Hopefully, I don't want to get it too long, because I don't want everything to break and glitch out where nothing can export, where it just freezes. Hopefully that doesn't happen with this episode. Hopefully eventually I'll be able to fix the other episode. Yes, my nose is sunburned. I hope to see you again soon. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. By the way, still on the same charge, 72% gimbal battery life.